Welcome back to Texas Sweat Fest 2023. This is Larry here, and we're back on the 1932 Ford Coupe today. What we're doing today is we're mocking up air conditioning and heating lines both under the hood and under the dash. I've already got a good start on it today. I was missing a couple of fittings. I needed straight fittings when I had 90 degrees and vice versa, so I had to order some. I've got one fitting left for Amazon to come in right now, so I'm still waiting on that, but let me show you what we've got so far. Okay, what you're going to notice here is the air conditioning system has three hose sizes. We've got this, the smallest, which is number 6, number 8, and number 10. Maybe those are vice versa, I don't know. But anyway, we've got number 6, number 8, number 10. The number 10 hoses, I've already got the bulkhead routed through the firewall. Got a little bit of a boo-boo where the paint flaked away. I can fix that. That's not a problem. But you've got 3 number 10s and a number 6 here coming through the firewall, and I'll show you where they are on the other end. But this first one here, I've got routed around, going to the input of the compressor. The compressor comes out, got that hose mocked up, going to the input of the condenser. I've got the condenser out, routed along underneath to the dryer, which I've mounted underneath there, and don't worry, we've got plenty of room there, no problems with any clearance or any heat or anything. Nothing else, I can always put a heat shield on it. But that out of the dryer, number 6 holes goes back up to that location there. The 2 in the middle are barb fittings, number 10 size to barb fitting. I've got those run to the in and out of the heater. So all of the hoses are mocked up under the hood. Now let's take a look under the dash. And let me actually get some light on the subject because it's a little bit dark in there. What we got here, as you can see, we've got a number 10 fitting at the top, the 2 heater hoses, and then I had to install this valve right here to go to the number 6 hose. The line I am missing is a straight like this that is number 6 size. That will be here within an hour or two, so I will finish this up shortly. But that fitting will go there. All of those route under here, and you can see the number 10, that top number 10 is going to go all the way over to that one. The 2 heater hoses are going to route around to the heater barbs, and of course that number 6 right there is going to go to that valve. I've also got to mount the cover on this. There's something I've got to put in here as far as temperature thermostats, and once that is done and I can get the hoses routed, all of the AC and heater hoses will be done. So you can see I'm one fitting away from getting those routed up. You know, I've said this before, but it bears repeating again. When you're doing automobiles, and let me show you what I'm talking about here. When you're doing automobiles, these hoses require absolutely straight cuts. You've got to get them straight for them to seal properly. I do have the special crimping tool to crimp the AC lines, which I will get to shortly, but it helps to have one of these. This is a hose cutter. It cuts very smooth, very even, very quick lines there. So all of my hose cutting, you can see here, these are the ends that I've already cut off of these. They're straight, clean, no problems. Overall, I'm liking the way this is looking. I do need to get 4 5/8 hose clamps for the 4 ends of the heater hose here, and I need a total of 8 because I've got 4 on the inside as well. So I will. I'm about to run an errand. Okay, back on it. What you'll see here now is the heater hoses. The clamps are on, both to the intake side and the water pump side. So those clamps are good to go. Probably what I'm going to do next, still waiting on the part for the inside, I can go ahead and get my crimp tool out and start crimping these hoses. So that's probably something I'll do next. The hose routing was going to be a little bit of a question, and I have to say I'm pretty pleased with the way this has turned out, because I wasn't 100% sure how it was going to turn out, but it looks good. I also got the drain for the condensation drain for the evaporator inside. It's run out to the bottom. So that's dealt with as well too. Okay, here we have my AC line crimping tool, complete with all of the dies that you need for this. I'm going to need the 6, the 8, and the 10. And we can go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm going to try to video this as best I can. I may not use this footage. This is my crimping tool. This is the number 10 die. I don't know if you can actually see that. This is the number 10 die. It goes in to these locations here. Just load it up. And of course, like all things, sometimes it fights you. There we go. And what you do is you place your hose inside the crimper, lock it in place, and it looks like this might be the wrong size, so let me check another die here. There we go. You lock this in place. Forgive me for the video quality here because I'm trying to do this as best I can. Push that pin into place, make sure this is set in the proper place, and then you pump it up. Like so. Make sure it's set properly. Make sure your hose is in all the way, and then pump it up. You have to get on once you take it off, which started as that right there, is now crimped. Now I've got to do the other one. Move it into position. This one I'm going to have to undo the pin and get it in manually because it's the one with the input valve. So you just simply break it apart here, put it in there like so, clamp it into place. Put the pin in, and we pump this one out. And when it's got so much pressure on it that you can't push it down anymore, you loosen the valve. That releases it. Pull the pin. And it is crimped. One hose down. Excuse me, one hose down, several to go. Alright, as you can see here, the AC ends are crimped. The hoses are made. Now all of these ends, with the exception of this one here that you see with the tape, those are all tightened up and ready to go. The reason that one with the tape has it is because when you put those in, what you have to do is you have O-rings on each one of them. You have number 10 size O-rings, 8 size O-rings, and 6 size O-rings. These are 6s. What you have to do, this is PAG oil, which is the oil inside the compressor. You have to lubricate these O-rings, slide them onto the tip. See if I've got a spare end here and I can show you. Okay, the O-rings slide onto this tip here, then that goes inside the pipe and you tighten it up. All of these, with the exception of the one with the tape, are tightened up, and the reason that one's got tape on it is because I am short one size 10 O-ring for the exterior, and I'm going to need some more O-rings for the interior. I'm going to need a total of 2 10 size in here, so I need 3 total on the 10s, and I'm going to need 2 more 6s, which I've got the 6s, so I'm going to have to order about 3 10 AN O-rings to complete the hoses. But the outside is plumbed. and I must say I'm pretty happy with the way everything looks. The routing is good, everything's out of the way, doesn't look all cluttered. I'll take it. All right. This right here, I was just holding it up out of the way. I'm going to lower that down because that won't be crimped. That's a heater hose going to the heater valve, and of course the tin hose going here. All of them are connected completely. Of course, we're going to build a cover to tuck all this in nice and neat where it's not visible. Make it look nice when we do the interior. I'm going to put some tape on these and on the 310 fittings down here, because those are the ones I need a total of 4 O-rings before we proceed on that. But all of the hoses for the AC are crimped and made, and all the heater hoses are made. That is down. I think as soon as we get those O-rings in and tighten those up, tuck those back where they're going to belong, it is time to start wiring. Well, I don't know about you, but I've had enough of heat for one day, so I'm going to call it a day. Just to sum up what we've gotten done today, all of the plumbing underneath the hood is done. We've got the AC lines run from the bulkhead to the compressor, out of the compressor to the condenser, out of the condenser to the dryer, out of the dryer back to the bulkhead. Those are done, O-rings mounted, ready to go, with the exception of one O-ring, which is the 10 size O-ring I'm missing out there. I'm also missing 4 on the inside, but all the hoses are made and done as you saw. So I've got to order 5 10 size O-rings, get those in, and I can mount that stuff up, and then we can tuck all the hoses in and get all that done, and then we can start wiring the AC system, wiring the car as well. Please stay tuned for more content coming. Hit that like button and subscribe button. I promise we're going to get back on this Cobra very, very soon. Still waiting on the dash on that one. The guys at Hurricane reported back from the London, Ohio Cobra show. Had a blast. They're getting everything set up and ready to go. I think they're going to start offering cars again very soon. So if you want a Hurricane Cobra, be sure and reach out to those guys, and I think you'll be pleased with what you see. Till then, we'll see you next time.